So just to let you know, this meeting is being recorded. If you would like to engage with us, because we do want to share it on the different platforms later on, inshallah. So it's my absolute pleasure to introduce a truly remarkable educator, someone who really does embody the heart of teaching. Our speaker today is an English subject expert who brings both passion and purpose into the classroom every single day. And I always say this. She's known not just for her expertise in the English language and literature, which is impressive enough, but also for me personally, what I've seen from her is the way that she connects with her students. She's built an environment where learning really does feel meaningful and students take their learning outside the classroom. Once students do that, then you know that you've done the right job. Also, what sets her apart more than her deep knowledge of the subject is just her unwavering dedication for the success of her students. She understands that education is more than just content, it's about connection. Those meaningful connections and the relationships that you have with your students is gold. Her classroom is a place where students feel seen, heard, and valued. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming this wonderful educator who makes a difference to students' lives every single day, Miss Basma Yahyaoui.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much, Cecilina, for this amazing introduction. Really, it's touching my heart. Thank you so much for all the words that you said. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be among you today, to just share a good practice that I'm doing into my classes. So it will be a little bit beneficial. Hopefully, it will be beneficial for all my colleagues, the educator whom are seeking to have a good, engaging classrooms. My talk today would be about rolling into the learning. The first thing, as we know, the first thing that we have is the first impression, as we say, when we engage the students and we start our lessons. These few minutes of starting the lessons are crucial for us. Either it will help you to control the class, otherwise it will be just wasting your time, and the full lesson will be like just wasted. So the first thing that I'm going to share with you is that I will just share with you a picture, which is in the next slide, the third slide. Okay. This is the most challenging picture that we can give to an educator. Hopefully, I will ask our colleagues to share their thoughts. What can they understand? What is said into this picture? What they can share about this picture? They can unmute yourself or share on the chat.
Recording in progress.
If I may interject, so this picture is like my year 8, year 9 boys. I don't know about the cat, but I can relate to the possibly the throwing of objects to one another, the sending of thoughts that are unwelcome thoughts most of the time. And just the beginning of the class looks like this all the time. It's just when you're entering, it is this chaotic, and it's up to us educators to make sure things are settled so that the learning can begin. But yeah, this looks very much like a year 8, year 9 classroom, boys classroom particularly.
Perfect. I like how, Sister Rihana, how you linked it to the boys section. Basically, challenging part, teaching boys. Not only this, how you can engage voice and how you can settle them down to start the lesson is really challenging. It's not an easy task to do it, but there are a few things that you can do in order to get that student ready to start their day and start their lesson into a perfect way and engaged way. So I will refer as well to the next slide. There is a question which is saying how, I want you to think about how usually you start your lesson, or how your students are engaged, or what are the things that your students are doing basically into the 3 first minutes of your class. The 3 first minutes, as we said, are crucial into your lesson. How you start them, what are the things that your students are doing starting from the first minute they step into your class till the 3rd minute. What are they doing exactly? Any things, any refer to? Tia is saying, engage them with a specific hook, picture, object, etc. They will think about what are learning today, an activity that connects prior learning. Yes, exactly. This is how we all should start our lessons. Basically, the first 3 minutes are for the teacher as well. We will be busy getting ready, preparing the presentation, getting ready with the attendance, taking the attendance, putting the learning objectives into the board, and starting settling out the classroom. On this time, we should not let the students just wasting their time. We should engage them with an activity, as you all said and agreed. We should engage them into an activity that engage them, not wasting time. They will be into a task that they will just get them settled and prepare them for the next activity or the next lesson objective. This is why our objectives for this today's talk are, in the next slide, Selena, understand the importance and explain the impact of starters in your lesson. Provide, and the second objective, provide an example of starters, like roll on the dice that I'm using. Why the do now, the next slide. Why the do now activities are important. Why do you think that this is a very important task that we should starting our classroom with?
Actively,
If I want to say, do it now starts the tone. I feel it starts the foundation and the tone of the lesson. It's also a way for them to realign with the lesson itself, because like they have several lessons in a day, several subjects. So imagine them coming out of a math classroom and going into a science classroom or an English classroom. I mean, they've been doing 40 minutes of math, and now realigning them with the expectation of your lesson would need them to go through that do it now process. And that sort of brings them to that, oh, okay, now my skill set might be a bit different from what my previous lesson was. I'll be more inclined towards using my vocabulary skills, critical thinking skills, and using it to phrase sentences.
Yeah, exactly. Very true. I agree with you. Personally, I will share my experience into this. Personally, this year I faced a big challenge for my students. Basically, all or the majority of my classes, my lessons with English classes, were immediately after prayer time, or immediately after the break time, or immediately after PE sessions. So it was a big challenge for myself to engage the students from the second one they enter my class. They will come up with, they are either hyperactive from the PE session, they are energetic and they want to play, they want to continue on, or they are exhausted and tired by the end of the day after a prayer time and settling down. They are so calmed and so not into the lesson. So that will be a way, whenever you settle a do now activity, this will be like a settle down of the students. But before settling down, you have to put into your mind that this is a routine. It's not just for 1 or 2 sessions. This is a routine for all classes that you are delivering or giving to that class. So it settles down a routine for the students. Then it will be an engaging way for the students. The next one. Then it will be activating them, maximize their learning time. It's not just wasting time. There is a task there. They will start with the task, any task, but it will be like linked to the knowledge before, or active before prior knowledge, and maximize the learning time. They will not waste time, even though they are coming from a PE session, or they are not ready or whatever. They will be ready in a way they are not conscious with. They will be just starting their learning. Then as well, it's like an assessment. We want to assess what they learned before, their prior knowledge, and etc. So it will be a good starter to know what they know exactly. Preferably, I started doing this year, I started doing the roll the dice. It's an engaging activity, and it is my favorite students activity. They like it. They started asking even to start their lessons with roll the dice. As an English teacher, I link this to any topic, or any topic, or rules, or reading. It can be reading, it can be grammar, it can be vocab, it can be anything that you want. Just set the rules for this activity, show them the instructions from lesson 1. When you start your teaching them, settle your rules, your instruction, and show them what is needed exactly with them. Put a timer in order to help them into understanding how much time and how it works. So you explain everything in the beginning of the lesson, the first lesson of the year, I will tell, and then it will be like automatically learned by them. They will be automatically doing this every single session. So, Sister Lina, please, the next slide. As it is mentioned, it is an exciting way to kick off your lesson. You will start with an exciting way. Personally, what I do is that I will prepare worksheets, put it on the table. The first 2 to come, they will be the one who will be starting the game. The game will be like you roll the dice. You will have numbers, either questions or thing to do. So one of the students will be rolling the dice, and then they will find a question related to the number they got. They will answer the question. They will have a buzzer in front of them. The one who has the answer first, he will hit the buzzer and give the answer. If they answer in a correct way, they will carry on, and the second student that they do have as a partner, they will leave and give the space to another student. So on until they answer the majority of the questions. At the end, we will have a winner with a high number of points, and at the same time, I do not answer anything. So if we can go to the next slide, Sister.
The next one.
The next one. Okay, as you can see here, they will be competing together. The questions will be in front of them. Everything will be in front of them, but the teacher is not there. As I said in the beginning, if you remember, that I will be engaged in doing something else. I will be engaged into taking the attendance, writing down the learning objective, preparing my lesson to be distributing worksheets, and etc. So the students will be automatically trained to start their activity. They know what to do. And sometimes they will have a difficult question, or a question that they don't know. They cannot go back to me. They cannot ask me. The game is that you have your iPad, you have your device, you can Google it. Do not ask the teacher any question or your friend. They can work in pair. They can work in group as well, so they can help each other. So the one who will be in front of the class, they will be helped by the students into their places. They will try to find the answer and share it with them, so that they will be first engaged. They will learn at least one thing at that time, and second, they will help each other and compete in a motivational way. They will be motivated to be a winner that day. Alhamdulillah, I got a lot of observations, and it's something that into our system that we get observation walk-ins and all. Each time I got a visitor, they would be mentioning that this is one of the strengths of my classes. The way I engage the students starting the lessons is something good into my class. As you can see, an example is that one of my observers came up to the class after the prayer time, and one of the challenging basically time for teaching, and basically teaching boys will be after the prayer time, and the students think that they think that the day is over. The rest of the lessons after prayer time will be like free time, not engaging, and to waste time basically. But alhamdulillah, I managed to engage them from this first second, to the point the observer here noticed that the students were running to my class to just start over and have the activity. I know the activity, what is it, and how we can win today, what is the thing that we are going to win. There is a gift as well for the winners. I'm not letting it without any gift or reward, and this is a basic thing that you have to put into your mind. So set a routine, then engage the student in this process, encourage them, so they will be engaged from the first second, and more than that, they will be running to your class in order to start their lesson by themselves. And basically, as I said, it's not a random activity, whatever you can put, but make it a subject-based activity, as we can see in the next slide, Stelina. These are examples. You can use it for math. It's applicable for all subjects. It's not just for English. You can see you can share it for math sessions, Arabic session, science, chemistry, physics, whatever you want to just relate it, modify accordingly to your subject, and then share it with the students, settle rules and etc. And then you will be ready for that. Why it works basically for myself, it creates, as I said, an engaging immediate engaging into the session, gives students a sense of routine. They know what to do starting from the first step they step into your class. They know what is expected from them, so they start working. They will be like a way to build confidence. They are confident to share the information, even though when they do mistakes, they don't care of doing mistakes. It's a way of learning. It is in their process of learning, and then it can be differentiated as well. You can modify the instruction to meet the needs of the high achievers, the low achiever. For example, you can add questions. You can higher the level of complexity. You can give pair assessment, pair checking. As I said, a group work together. They will be like just collaborating to achieve their target, which is the gift, basically. And at the same time, they will be learning something. As you can see, this is my experience. What I'm sharing is that I started the first time. I started with the first picture. I would recall it, the first picture, a chaotic picture of the students doing whatever, until I settle down and start the lesson. There will be 3 minutes minimum of wasting time. They do nothing. They just roam around, and they just are not engaged, and they don't know even what is expected from them, to my goal, which is this picture, a settled down student, engaged and ready to go and ready to do whatever I want them to do, learning or lesson objective, or whatever activity I want them to achieve. The tips for success, as I shared the next slide, Stelina. There are tips to have this successful activity and engage students in a very good way, first, it's not thing that you cannot prepare. You have to prepare the task beforehand. It's not just you come into the class and you put anything for the students and just start it. No, you have to prepare, you link it to prior knowledge or to topics, the content that you taught before a lesson or the whole week, to assess their learning. Before the students come to the classroom, you should be there, you should be ready before them, so you can settle the setting for them, and they can start immediately once they join. Keep 3 or 5 minutes maximum, 3 minutes minimum and 5 minutes maximum, no more. Don't give them more time, just stop it after 3 to 5 minutes. Just stop it, even though they are engaged, even though they are excited, just stop it, because it is a starter, it's not the lesson. So we will not waste time of our lesson plan. Link it, basically, this is a very important thing, that you have to link it to prior knowledge, and as well to the lesson objectives of your lesson. Reward consistent participation. The students who are coming first, they compete for this thing. They will be just competing to come first to the class in order to start. So reward the students who are coming earlier than the others. Use it as a calm down reset technique between transitions. So as I said, they are coming from another engaging or exciting lesson as PE or math or Arabic or any exciting thing. So make them calm down with this game. So you make sure that they are ready to go with your lesson, and they are ready to get your lesson. The next slide. The next slide I will be sharing, I'm not using only the roll the dice. I'm using other starters like pass the ball challenge and give the longest word. Sometimes my students are fed up with the routine. Every session they will get the same game or the same starter. They will be bored and the engagement will be just slowing down. So I prefer to change my starter every time. I have a lot of starters. These are a few examples. The first one is pass the ball. There will be a challenge between the students. I will start throwing the ball with a question, and the student who will be answering the question, they will start passing it to each other. The one who cannot answer the question, we give him a second chance. He is out of the competition, out of the challenge, sorry. And they will try to find the answer, or they will try to find another opportunity. So they will start passing the ball to each other. The last one who will be giving the right answer or give the right answer will be getting rewards. The second one is I display the alphabet and I give them 5 minutes. They will come to the class, finding on the board this picture, as you can see, alphabet with 5 minutes or 3 minutes, and I will ask them to provide the longest word that you can they can give with these letters. So they would start to compete. They would start to even check on each other. This is correct. This is not correct. This is a right word. This is an accurate word. So they will be just following up with each other in order to give a good, fluent outcome. So yeah, they will be excited. They will be excited and willing to win the reward from the teacher as well. They will be engaged, as I said, and they will be ready to go. And these are examples that I'm using. Why I gave this example? Because I believe that the way we start our classes, if you start in a strong way, your student will be finishing the lesson in a strong way, and this is our aim. If you start your lesson in a weak way, not able to control or to engage the students, the outcome will be that you will have an engaged student. They will not be interested in your lesson. They will be bored. They will not like your lesson. They will not like. It's a waste of time, as if it is a free time for them. They will be not learning anything, and it will affect as well. If you start in a wrong way, it will affect the plan that you settled in order to give your lesson or the topic of your lesson. So yeah, we reach the end. If you have any questions, any thing you want to share with us? Any experience you have?
I mean, if I just may, I mean, for me, my question was that it is a highly, highly engaging activity. I can definitely see this working in the classroom. But for me, I think it'll probably take longer than 3 to 5 minutes. But I think you answered it in your presentation. You said after 5 minutes, just stop, because they are going to be engaged, they are going to be motivated, but it's not the body of the lesson. So yeah, I think at whatever stage they are, whether they've finished or not the challenge, we just need to stop.
Okay, the starter is the purpose of the starter is to come down with the students and engage them to prepare them to the lesson itself. So it's not part of your lesson. It's just an introduction to your lesson to settle them down, to make them think, to be fresh, refreshed again, and to think about what they learned before, to link it to your lesson. So it should not be more than 5 minutes. Or less than 3 minutes. It should be that around 3 to 5 minutes. That would be more than enough to engage them, to settle them down, to get ready as a teacher. You can get ready in 5 minutes or less than 5 minutes, and you can just go into your lesson in a very engaging and motivating way, and engage your students to finish the lesson and the purpose of your lesson.
Absolutely.
I personally found the whole fact that you got into so much creativity. I think being that creative, it requires some amount of energy, which is not easy to come by. I mean, the two things that teachers are really willing to give are their time and their energy, because they are so precious. Our job is so demanding because we do so many multifaceted functions in our roles that time and energy are two very, very important resources for teachers. So what I can see is that mashallah, teacher Basma, the amount of time and energy you've put into this and how creative these um, sort of sets are that you've shown for your startup is just incredible. And I feel guilty at this point where I'm like just reflecting on my own practice, and I'm like, what? Why wasn't I doing this? Why wasn't I being so creative in the beginning? Because we're so in a rush to start our lesson and to set the tone and to set all this learning materials out and just get it done with and wrap it up. 'Cause we kind of leave off the creativity part. We kind of leave off the fun packed part, especially if you're teaching like really core subjects. So I at one point I just felt so guilty, like, oh, I'm not doing this enough. I think what we would love to get from you, teacher Basma, is if you could give a few of your resources so teachers can take that, look at it, and kind of kind of tailor it to their own context. That would be really I mean, incredible, especially a good startup for teachers who want to bring this in. I want to bring this in for next year as well. So I guess that was my biggest takeaway
Sure.
from
I
this.
will be I will be sharing all the PowerPoint and documents and everything that I'm using and I've used in the past. I will share it with you, and you can share it with everyone. I will be more than happy to share everything. One more thing I will just want to add. This is why I spoke about the routine. The routine is that the first 2 lessons of the year will be hard, will be like a challenge for the teacher, because it will take a lot of time from you to settle down the students and etc. When you settle a routine for the students for 1 week or 2 weeks or maximum 1 month, they will be automatically engaged in that routine. They will be by themselves making sure that they will fulfill and meet your expectation into these routines. So it will be an easy task, an easy job. What you have to do is just to prepare the task for them. Be sure that the task is engaging, and then everything will be easy for you as a teacher. Your job will be easy, even into preparing them to the next step in your lesson. So that the routine is a crucial thing that I believe it is the thing that will be taking your energy. The first 2 lessons or the first week of your teaching will be just crucial for you to settle the routine and engage them and prepare yourself. Will be an important thing. So yeah.
Thank you, thank you. I've put in the feedback form for all our listeners. That would be amazing if you guys can let us know what we could improve on. Especially we're looking forward to hearing more educators' voices like Teacher Basma, and like kind of showcasing it, highlighting it. And I share this always with Sister Lina. These are the quietly brilliant. These are the people who are on the ground, but they need to be brought forward. They need to be showcased. They need to be spotlighted because they have so much of talent. Like today, I was really blown away with Sister Basma's. I mean, all the examples she gave, all the engagement that I can see from the pictures is just fantastic.
Thank you very much, Ms. Basma, and thank you very much, Ms. Rehan, as well for your wrap up. If I could just please ask everyone to complete the feedback form. You've got the QR code up on the screen, and you can also click on the link, whatever suits you. And if we could have that feedback, it would just really help us to plan and improve our future events, inshallah.
If I
I
may
think,
add, in the
yeah.
feedback form, there's also a space where you can express your interest to be showcased in our platform. And definitely we'll consider it. If you may, please add in what would be your showcasing topic. That would really inform us in what we want to put forward in our summer series, which is coming up soon, inshallah.
I'll just give everyone a minute to do that. Okay, I think this concludes our webinar this morning. Thank you very much for joining us. Like we said, on your weekend in the morning. So it was a pleasure to have you all with us, and we look forward to seeing you again next Sunday. Is there anything you would like to add, Ms. Rehana?
No, the fact that I would love to hear more from educators, and yeah, we're getting some interest in expression of interest, like Teacher Basma. And we would love to have more of you on board in our summer series. We're gonna post our summer series, what it's gonna have, what it's really exciting, what we're looking into for a summer series, and please stay tuned on our PulseED link WhatsApp group for all your information, inshallah.
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 Okay. Thank you very much, everyone, and thank you again, Ms. Basma.
Thank you so much. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank
Okay.
you, Ms. Basma. We really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much, dear. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.